Take 2. One more. Big.
Can you actually focus on my story?
Yes, sir. What is up, YouTube? It is a beautiful Tuesday afternoon here. Another day closer to Marty's show here in Texas next week. Today is hamstring day. So how we're gonna finish this out, we're gonna do hamstrings today. I think we're gonna do like a full leg day on Friday with more of a quad emphasis, and then when we go down to Dallas on Sunday, we'll probably do one more leg day, kind of a pump up for him on Monday. So that's kind of relatively the plan right now, but this is gonna be our last really hard session in regards to just hamstrings. Something that was huge, I know, for me in the off season was us working together on hamstrings, because it's always kind of been a strong suit for him. But it was something I really needed to bring up, and we did that. We did just that. So it honestly turned into one of my favorite body parts to train, which is weird. But now I enjoy these sessions mainly because what I've learned, us pushing each other, and what we can share with you as well. So we'll bring you another really good one today. As you know, it's going to be all about the intensity today, as we still have enough time out that we can really push him and really dial in and getting rid of that last little fat. So our plans here with Martin the next couple days are, we're going to do some low days, so low carb days. I mean by that, edge out as much of the detail, getting rid of all that last little body fat, because I know he's feeling it, he feels lean, but I'm always telling him you can be a little bit more lean, So we made a plan. These next 3 days are all going to be about just that. He's going to feel like death, but we are going to get it done. And then that way we can go into Dallas, perfectly peaked. And then we just kind of ride into that show next week with some great, specific training sessions, as well as being able to just watch him change with every meal we may have. So great spot. I'm so happy where we're at, especially being 11 days out. And as of now, it is time to hit some hamstrings and get you some words of advice from Martin.
All right, guys. So like Brett said, hamstrings, getting it, feeling it for sure, but this is my favorite part. Honestly, this is the part of bodybuilding that I really like. Like I was saying yesterday, you look the best you've ever looked in your whole life, which is cool. And the other thing is I like the mental fortitude of this sport, seeing what I can handle that others can't. And like Brett said, we're trying to push my conditioning as far as I can, and I think that I can handle it a little bit more and a little bit more pain than these other guys. So that's the goal today, is to push things and make sure that I'm just keeping up with this guy. If I do that, I know that I'll be burning off the body fat. But this is the fun part, guys, so let's go get after it.
Guys, we finally started doing a different calf raise. Okay, so we're moving on from our traditional, our seated, our hack squat one, our standing. So we discovered that this one is really good. We're doing some calf raises on the leg press here. So as you see, Martin is able to have this little platform on the bottom there. We tried this out last week and it absolutely exploded our calves, and I was literally a week out, so I was like, let's just wait until the off season to really blow this out of the water. But we're gonna keep running this now. So you can also do a really good calf raise on the leg press here. So I know everyone has a leg press. If you're able to get your feet low enough on the platform, I highly advise this. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna pair this with a standing. If you just go back and forth on this, it doesn't need a shit ton of weight, just constant tension. And again, full range of motion. All the way down, hold for a second, all the way up, hold for a second. Get that stretch, get that flexion. Now we go. 3.
Alright guys, so just finishing off calves here on this leg press. I will switch to a single leg here at the end as a finisher. I kind of have a calf discrepancy. My right calf is a little bit bigger than my left, so I want to do a little single leg here. So what we're doing is we're just kind of doing a cluster set here, going back and forth between right leg and left leg, doing a set of 10, going back and forth to 3 rounds here. So just really pump the calves up individually and really work on that mind to muscle connection with each calf individual leg. Alright guys, so first hamstring movement here, bread and butter, standing leg curl. So doing these single leg standing leg curl in the hammer strength machine, as you've seen us run a couple times on hamstring day. This is one that just feels really good to me. I'm strong here and I know I can keep it in the hamstrings without cheating. As we're getting close here guys and we want to try to deplete everything down, I really want to focus on the isolation, really want to focus on movements that I can connect well with, especially as I deplete here. I don't fully lose muscle connection or mind to muscle connection as I go flat, but I start to lose the feel a little bit. So I'm really trying to focus on picking movements that I feel best and that we can run into the ground and I can push hard.
So I just want to touch a little bit on execution here on these single leg standing leg curls. So the main thing here is we are putting our hips and our quad into this pad. It never leaves this pad. I'm actually thinking in my head, I'm driving it into the pad and curling up at the same time with my hamstring. So into the pad, curling up. As you can tell, his low back is tight. We don't lean over the pad. I know a lot of people do. We don't like to. We like to stay tall so that your low back is tight, your hips are into the pad, and your quads into the pad. As you see, it fully isolates that hamstring so much more that all it is the only thing he's using is the intended muscle. So as I always talk about, mechanical failure of the intended muscle, as you can see, you gotta position your body, quad into the pad, hips into the pad, low tight or back low back tight, and staying up and down instead of bending over. Touch it. Whoa. Perfect. So worked up to a top set there on our single legs. Now we're gonna do a back off. So we went cut the weight in half here from our top. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna focus on squeezing. So he's gonna go up, hold, 1, 2, 3, back down, control it. So he's gonna go until pretty much he can't do anymore, and I'm gonna help him assist on the squeeze for a couple, 3, 4 more reps. Just completely finish off everything. And fill these up before we go stretching. Come on, Bubba. Yes. 2. Yes. Come on. You know the drill. We curl. We start out our hamstring days with as many curls as we can. We'll probably do 2 to 3 exercises of just different curl variations. So what we're moving on to now is we're doing into this new machine. I think we showed it once, but we've been loving it. So it's the new Prime Lion Leg Curl. Just love the angle of it, just the tension. How we load it is we put the majority of the tension on the beginning phase. So that way you're hitting your lower hamstring and the hamstrings first before it gets into your glutes. So the load, you can adjust the load on these, which is nice. The load's gonna be more hamstring focused at the bottom. So when you're fighting through at the top, it gets a little bit easier. As you'll see here, we're gonna do some warm-up sets, get up and get moving, a lot of volume. So the goal of this is by the time we're done with this, is that it's hard to pick up your leg. So I want our hamstrings to be so pumped that we can't even pick up our leg right here. And then that's when we go into the leg presses or the squats to really stretch out the muscle that's already so pumped up. And then we'll finish with some stiff legs or RDLs or some lunges. So there's a method to this madness. Pump, pump, pump early on, get as much blood in there as possible, and then we'll lengthen it through the presses, the stretches, the lunges, things like that. So let's ride this one, and we're gonna show you a nasty, nasty back off. So use it yourself. Let's keep working. Come on. Good. Slow them down. Good. Yes. Perfect. Come on. Good.
No, you're good, dude.
See? Come on. Yes. Yes. Come on. Now we're in it. Yep, yep. 2. Come on. Yes, sir. Come on. Big one, big one, big one. Out of it. Finish, 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 finish. So worked up to a top set here, nasty, nasty, feeling it really good right now. So we want to show you one of the really good back off sets we do. We showed you something like this in the past, but this one's gonna be a little different. So there's 3 rounds of this. First round, we're just gonna go like a medium weight there, kind of what we did on our second set, and we're gonna pre-exhaust. So I'm gonna do 10 to 12 reps, just perfect reps on the curls. I am then going to, we're gonna hold it down. I'm gonna go do a super heavy weight. I'm just gonna pick something that I can't even do. And what's gonna happen is Martin's gonna help me pick up the weight and get it to the top, and he's gonna let go and I'm gonna control it down. So it's control these centrics, control negatives on the way down, just nasty stretch on your hamstrings. Feels like they're ripping, but you're just controlling it down. He helps it back up, I control it down. He helps it back up, I control it back down. After that, it's a failure, probably only like 6 to 10 there. We are then gonna lower back down even lower than it was to start, and we're just gonna hit partials to finish it. So at that point, you're completely smoked. So just get as many partials as you can to finish it off. But pre-exhaust 10, we do the controlled negatives for failure, and then we'll do partials at the end to finish it up.
Come on. Good. Good.
Can you curl it up?
With a brutal. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Alright. I'm pushing too much? No, good. Here we go. Here we go. Fight, 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 fight. Go. Big fight. Yep. Couple more there. Come on. Come on. Finish him up. All right, guys. So like I said, after doing the curls, we're gonna move on to a press now. So we love the wide and high leg press. That's where I get the most feeling out of my hamstrings on press motions. What we are doing today is what I call dead stops. So what that means is we are stopping the platform in the bottom of the hole. So we set the rack pins at the bottom just so it's enough that we get deep stretch. We rest it there for a quick half second, then press through. So what we're doing is we're killing the momentum entirely. Controlling the weight down, stopping it, and then pressing through. So it's not just a constant bouncing out. It's come down, stop the weight, press through. Just nasty on the hamstrings. A lot of control, a lot of tension, and a lot of burn.
The first time he counted to 8. The second time he counted to 10. He missed the number both times.
I carried the one over.
Let's go. Yes. Yeah. Good. Good. One more. Come on.
That was about perfect with the Yep. Now we go. All damn day, we're in it. We're here to stay. Here to work. Here to work. Come on. Come on, motherfucker. Drive. Got again. Let's go. 2. Come on.
11 days, Martin. 11 days. Let's go.
Drive. Good. Good move. Ready? Yep. Go. So just got done with those leg presses, brutal. Mixing it up today, we're doing a different type of glute ham raise. Luckily here we have different options. You know, we got the Rogue. Here we're gonna do the one that's a little bit more standing up. But what we're doing here is we're going all the way down and then all the way up. And you're squeezing through your glutes and your hams at the top and squeezing. If you just wanna work your lower back, you wanna go halfway up and then back down. If you wanna work the whole posterior chain, so your hamstrings, glutes, low back, you go all the way up and squeeze to the top. So we'll probably progress here, hitting some warm-ups. Might hit a couple with some weight on the chest. But since we haven't done these in so long, I just did one set and I'm fried. So we're gonna keep edging out the detail here on these. We're working that posterior chain.
On parallel first by squeezing the glutes, then coming back at the knee. Here, let me just. All right, guys. So a little quick pointer here to really keep it in the hamstrings versus the low back. As you're doing this, you're obviously going to get the low back. But as you come to parallel, I actually want you to squeeze the glutes, go a little bit beyond that so that you have a curve in your spine, then work on curling the hamstring. That'll help you really keep it in the glutes and hamstrings versus trying to cheat and use the low back.
Hey Martin, give the cues as to where he should be thinking.
One more. So, as he's coming down here, guys, main focus here, getting parallel, squeezing glutes, then going beyond and back.
Come on.
Good, brother. Yep.
Bread and butter movement. Can't forget our adductors here. So hitting the adductor machine, our favorite. As we touched on in many videos before, we do adductors with every single leg day. The purpose is to grow the inside of your legs, so your adductor muscle here. So your legs are just gonna continue to look wider and bigger. If you can grow the inside while you're also growing the outside sweep, you know, with your quads and other movements as well. So the most underutilized machine is the adductor machine. Make sure you're adding it in your leg day. I guarantee that your legs will grow at least a couple inches if you continue to do this process over and over again. So we like to do it, we do a stretch, we squeeze it in the middle, hold it hard for the middle, just full range of motion reps here, and build our way up and smash it.
Martin, is that the special method to get off?
I suppose. My flexibility is a little better than Brett's, so as you see, we get out of the machine a little different.
Painful. I look painful when I get out of the machine.
But mine's just because when I lived in Wyoming, I had to figure out how to get in the machine by myself. Good.
Yep. Alright guys, so we're finishing off with a stretch. As you know, the RDL gets put at the end of the movement, or at the end of the session. Now it's not necessarily for the low back pumps, but more for the familiarity and the comfortability of it. So we're going to the hammer strength here. I know you've seen us do it before. If you're new to the channel though, this is a really great piece of equipment here. You can do deadlifts, you can do RDLs, you can do rows on it. The RDL variation here, we're elevating the toes just a little bit. This is gonna put a little bit more strain on the hamstring, give us a little bit more stretch. The knees are gonna be slightly bent and go all the way as deep as we can to really stretch that hamstring out after this great pump session we had. And then as you come out through the bottom, we're gonna turn our toes out slightly and really squeeze through the glutes at the top, squeezing out that detail so that I can make sure that those back shots have those nasty striated glutes. You know, that's somewhere that Brett really kicked everybody's ass at the Chicago Pro. We're gonna make sure to do that in Texas as well. Yeah. Come on, Bubba, be perfect. Yes. Yes, sir. Good stretch. Slow, slow. Yes. Come on. Yeah. Come on, Bubba. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Yep. You got another. You got another. Be perfect here. Be perfect. Yeah. A little tuner. Turn up to performance mode. Time to get ready. Alright, but last round. Let's go. This one. Time to work. Perfect. Yep. 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 Come on. Yes, sir. In it. Let's go. Thank you. One more. One more. One more. Hey.
Can you actually focus on my story?
Yes, sir. That one fucked me up.
I think you hit performance mode.
High octane. Alright guys, so my man of many words, he had to run off. He's got some business to take care of. But we smashed the session, got it done, and then he ran off on me. So, sitting in the office, recovering, trying to get my thoughts here together. But just looking on the session, reflecting, kind of the same bread and butter movements you guys always see for our hamstrings. I feel like hamstrings is something you don't want to try to get too much out of your comfort zone. Really legs in general, especially this close, you know, the knees,
The ankles, they're all really dry. Even the hips right now for me are pretty dry. So I really wanted to stick to things that felt good, felt comfortable like I talked about, and really isolated the movement and the muscles so that we can hit quads again on Friday. So this is the last pretty heavy hamstring session here, and then we'll have another real heavy quad full leg session on Friday. Going into things, like Brett said, we're pushing. I'm tired, and this session is kind of a perfect example of that. You don't see me talking too much. You kind of see me lounging, sitting in between sets, which isn't really something I do a lot. And I pride myself on being a hard worker and trying to push through these times. So I'm really just trying to match Brett's work effort here, really push through. And as you guys saw, like even on the RDLs here, trying to match numbers that I've hit all year long. So pushing hard. Appreciate the support. Like and subscribe, guys. We have 11 days. We're going to be pumping content out to you every single day that we come into this. What we're not pumping out, GASP is going to be pumping out. So please follow along, like and subscribe to our channel. Let us know what you guys want to see. We got the cameraman with me right now, so let us know and we'll get some stuff out to you guys. Appreciate you.